If you think about the situation in Gaza right now, you will see two things at the same time. The worst of humanity and the best of humanity at the same time. He made Adam and Hawa slip from the proper definition of the tree. Did you know that in the Bible, it was actually Eve's fault? I'm not saying you should go there, but it's pretty interesting that it's haram, huh? It's interesting. And then I watched one video about the tree, then I watched another video, then I listened to a podcast about the tree. Slowly, I became obsessed with the what? I'm obsessed with the tree. And then I say, okay, let me just go see for myself. Shaitan's very good at propaganda. He will make you become interested in the haram by keep talking about it.
Today's video is a snippet of a brand new installment of Ustad Nouman's globally popular Story Night, which is now available to watch exclusively on Bayina TV with your friends and family. Head to the stories section on bayinatv.com now to watch the full recording of Story Night Fallen and take an eye-opening journey through the story of Adam alayhi salam.
The angels can't understand why this troublemaker has been created, so Allah is going to show them something they don't know. The next part of the story gets a little bit confusing for Muslims because they read it and they say Allah taught Adam alayhi salam the names of all things. وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا ثُمَّ عَرَضَهُمْ عَلَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ. Then he presented those things to the angels. So when you think of, you should call this out. When Allah told Adam the names of all things, what do you think he told them the names of? Trees, birds, animals, oceans. But if that's, and by the way, this is similar to the biblical reading of this, that Adam alayhi salam himself actually named the animals and all of that, but the Quran is saying Allah taught him those names. But there's something more important here. Even if he knows the names of all of these things, even if he knows the names, which, by the way, would mean that he's capable of defining things now, and because of those definitions, he can build knowledge, and if he can build knowledge, he can build science and other technology, right? All of that will come from names. All of you that study any subject, study definitions at the end. You know a lot in your field, you know a lot of terminology and definitions, right? But the point of all of that is he will become more advanced, but just because human beings are advanced doesn't mean they will not be corrupt. You could be advanced and be corrupt. Is it true that nations in the world that have very high levels of education also can have very high levels of corruption? Another way to understand these ayat, from the language of the ayat. I don't want to get too technical with you, but I want to explain what I believe the more compelling reading seems to be in these ayat. Allah taught Adam alayhi salam the names of all of his children. Not things, children. Allah created in Surah Al-A'raf, He created all of us from the zuhur of Adam alayhi salam. And the word ism, names, doesn't just mean names in Arabic. It actually also means descriptions. So now Allah taught Adam alayhi salam Fatima's name, and that she's a little bit lazy sometimes, but she's also very creative. And He taught him the name of Ibrahim alayhi salam and who he is and what kind of character he has. And He taught him the name of Donald Trump. And He taught him every name. He knows all of his children. Which to me, actually, at some level makes a lot of sense for another reason. Adam alayhi salam is going to be responsible for, aren't we responsible for our kids? Will Allah not answer me for the way I raise my child? And in that sense, isn't Adam alayhi salam responsible for all of his kids? It's a pretty big responsibility. How can he be responsible for those he doesn't even know, right? It's as if this big, giant responsibility, the first human being, he's being introduced to all of his children. So now he knows about them. It's also interesting that the angels were told by Allah, I know something that you don't know, as if to say, I know something about Adam that you don't know. I know something about him that you don't know. You seem to be able to think you can project his behavior. if you give him choice, like you projected. You guys did the projections for me in the last session. If I said a teacher leaves the classroom, what's going to happen in the classroom? You guys made the projection. If the government doesn't have police anymore, what's going to happen? If the traffic lights stop working, or if there's no security cameras, what's going to happen at the bank? What's going to happen anywhere else? And you make projections. So the angels made a projection. But Allah is saying your projections are missing something. And then Allah presented the same human beings, عَرَضَهُمْ عَلَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ. He presented them in front of all of the angels. And so all of us, this is the scene, all of us are in this large convention, not 3,000, countless, all of us together in one giant convention, and the angels are there, and Allah is saying, you said they're going to spill blood. You said Fatima is corrupt. You said Fatima is going to commit mass murder. Can you tell me about these? And they don't know the name. They just know, if you're left to your own devices, you're going to do bad stuff. So the angels were asked, أَنْبِئُونِي بِأَسْمَاءِ هَؤُلَاءِ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Tell me the names of these. Describe them to me. Describe these people to me. Because you seem to know so much. And it seems to me that at this point, the angels realized that their idea was not entirely correct. They're missing something. And they realize something is in these human beings. Something special is there. Allah did tell us He's putting His ruh in it. And we don't even know the power of that ruh really. But something is in this creature that maybe makes him special. So they say, Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. You're too perfect. We don't have any knowledge at all. We already declared your perfection. We declare it all over again. Our knowledge is imperfect. And the only knowledge we have is the knowledge that you teach us. You know everything. And the names of Allah, interestingly, innaka antal alimul hakim. I have other thoughts on this ayah too, on al-alim and al-hakim. The names of Allah seem to correlate to the acts of Allah. When Allah does something merciful, Allah is ar-rahim. Right? When Allah does something, exhibits His power, is al-aziz or al-qawi, al-aziz, etc. This creature that Allah has made, the human being, seems to be capable of a lot of knowledge, but also a lot of wisdom. Allah has put in him from His knowledge and may also have put in him from His wisdom. Al-Alim al-Hakim. By the way, it's interesting, those two things together, because if you have a lot of knowledge and you don't have wisdom, then you can use that knowledge to do terrible things. Aren't there really knowledgeable accountants that can teach you how to cheat your taxes? Aren't there really knowledgeable hackers that can break into banks? You can use knowledge to do bad stuff, can't you? And you can use knowledge when it comes with wisdom, you will use it for good things. Right? So Al-Alim and Al-Hakim, Allah's names, have some reflection on perhaps even the human being and what we're capable of. We have that potential in us. Anyway, Allah tells Adam alayhi salam, أَنْبِئْهُمْ بِأَسْمَائِهِمْ. Adam, introduce them to your children, tell them their names, describe them to them. And now imagine each one of us is being personally introduced by Adam alayhi salam, one by one to the angels. And we all get introduced. And once we're all done being introduced, the angels say, or Allah says to them, أَلَمْ أَقُلْ لَكُمْ إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ غَيْبَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Didn't I say to you, I know the unseen of the skies and the earth? وَأَعْلَمُ مَا تُبْدُونَ. And I know what you show and what you've been hiding. وَمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْتُمُونَ. It's as if, and there's a couple of readings here. The takeaway I want you to have is, angels underestimated human beings. And Allah showed them, there's something you were hiding. By the way, there's a devil they're hiding among them too, right? Who doesn't like human beings. That's a later story. But you're also not acknowledging the good inside human beings. Now let's understand this good inside human beings, because the first session was how bad human beings are, right? But then what is it that Allah knows that we don't know? Apparently this ruh Allah put inside us is really powerful. What can it do? If you think about the situation in Gaza right now, you will see two things at the same time. The worst of humanity and the best of humanity at the same time. You'll see people that are holding on to their faith in a way that you look at them and say, I thought I have some iman, But that's some other next level of iman that I've never ever imagined possible. You see this super high level of iman in people. And then you think, I thought I knew what evil was, but I never knew a human being could be this capable of evil. So you see the ahsani taqweem and you also see the asfala safilin. But you know what it is? The worst people create the worst situations, and in those worst situations, the best people emerge. The best people emerge. You have a Fir'aun, and then a Musa emerges. We believe that Adam alayhi salam was told to live in Jannah for a little bit, I would argue. Not forever. The word for live forever would be ukhlud. Allah says, uskun anta wa zawjuka al-jannah. Stay there, settle there, be there for a bit, even pause, arguably. Just be there, and just mind you, don't go near this one tree. That's what he's told. Eat wherever you want to eat, just don't go near this one tree, right? Now, the way I want you to think about this is, look, everybody knows you're going to the earth. You also know you're going to the earth. But before you go, I want you to stay here for a little bit, and then you can go. So he's getting a taste of Jannah before he goes to the earth, okay? So he's in Jannah, and Allah gave him access to all of Jannah, and he just said, وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةِ. Don't go near this tree. It's like this, just any tree. It's just some random tree. It's not some special, oh my God, look at that tree. I really want that tree. No. It's just any tree. And he just says, just don't, this one. The rest of Jannah is accessible to you. Now, what do you guys know about Jannah? It's a pretty amazing place, isn't it? It's a pretty gorgeous place. But what does Adam alayhi salam somehow, Iblis is able to convince him to be interested in what? That one tree. What is not on his mind? The waterfalls of Jannah are not on his mind. The palaces of Jannah are not on his mind. The fruits of Jannah are not on his mind. The food of Jannah, the luxuries of Jannah, the scenery of Jannah. And Jannah is very big. All the travel and all the exploration of Jannah, رَغَدًا حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا. Go freely, wherever you want to go. All this freedom for Adam, and Iblis is successful. Somebody said, how can this be Jannah? How did Iblis get access to him? If this was really Jannah, how could Iblis have access to him? Let me help you answer that question too. Iblis has access to you right now, yes or no? Okay, also me. Also my family that's in Europe right now. Also some of my family that's in America right now. That sounds like Wi-Fi access. Because if it's physical landline access, then how is he talking to you while he's also talking to me, and he's also talking to somebody in Pakistan right now, and he's talking to somebody else in America right now, isn't he? This must be Wi-Fi access, isn't it? So if it's not necessarily physically connected, but Allah has given him access to the chests of human beings or through his armies, then it doesn't have to be that, he had to physically be in there to have access to to that. We don't have to make it a physical problem. But anyway, he's in Jannah. We're in Jannah. Our father and our mother are in Jannah, and everything is accessible to them. And Allah says, don't go near this tree. And here's the problem. Simply Allah says, Azallahuma shaitan. Shaitan caused both of them to slip. Shaitan caused both of them to slip. How big was the Sharia in Jannah? How many things were haram? One. Nowadays, a long list. Is nail polish haram? Is shortening your beard haram? Is this ingredient haram? Is gelatin haram? Is this haram? Is that haram? Is that haram? There's a long list. In Jannah, how long is the list? There's one thing. Everything else is halal. Everything else is halal. And by that argument, وَلَكُمْ فِيهَا مَا تَشْتَهِي أَنفُسُكُمْ. Whatever you want is available to you. Whatever you want, you can have. One thing is haram. And Iblis says, hey, you know that one thing? I'm not saying you should go there, but it's pretty interesting that it's haram, huh? It's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. Let me just enjoy this mountain view, but the tree is interesting. I'm just curious about it. Let me just watch a video or two about the tree. I'm not interested. I'm not saying I want to go near the tree. I'm just Googling it. I just want to hear a discussion about the tree. because it's an interesting topic that it's haram. So I want to know more about it. I just want to be better educated about the tree. And then I watch one video about the tree. Then I watch another video. Then I listen to a podcast about the tree. Then I follow a couple of, content creators who are dedicated to the tree. Then I listen to why the tree is not so bad. There's a big YouTube video. Why is the tree not so bad at all? And I watch that. And then there's another related algorithm videos. The tree's actually a good thing. Oh, the truth of the tree exposed. And now I became obsessed with the what? I'm obsessed with the tree. I don't even like the tree. But now I can't stop listening and thinking and constantly being consumed by this tree. This tree has become my obsession. And I can't stop thinking about it all the time. And then I say, okay, let me just go see for myself. I don't know. I'm not sure what to believe about this tree anymore. I just want to take a look. But I can't see from a distance. Let me take a little closer look. What's so bad about this tree? I don't see what the problem is. Let me touch it. My hand didn't burn. Like, why would this tree be a problem? I don't understand. I thought it was such a big deal that this tree is a big problem, but this tree is just a tree. Huh, look. What am I trying to tell you? Shaitan's very good at propaganda. He will make you become interested in the haram by keep talking about it. He'll talk about it and talk about it. He won't say, do it, go to the tree, the fruit is delicious, love it. No. It's little by little. And eventually the thing that you listen to the most, the thing that you're thinking about the most is the thing that you're listening to or watching the most. Eventually that thing will become an obsession and it will become beautiful to you. This is the power of messaging. Shaitan is very good at messaging. أَزَلَّهُمَا الشَّيْطَانُ عَنْهَا. And by the way, I was thinking about another implication of anha with Dr. Sahib today, which was the tree is actually haram. And nothing good for you will ever be haram. It can only be haram if it's not good for you. وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. That's the rule. Allah says it. The thing is, Iblis is able to slowly change your thoughts about the haram. Because he doesn't want you to think of it as that bad. It's not that bad. Disobedience to Allah is not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. It's not as bad as you think. People exaggerate it too much. People make too much of a big deal out of it, etc. And that's actually his game. So he made Adam and Hawa slip from the proper definition of the tree. So the tree represented something else now. The tree should have represented stay far away. Now it represents it's not that bad. What's the big deal? It got trivialized. This is also expressed in the Quran with وَزَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُم. The devil beautified their deeds to them. The devil beautified like something evil starts looking good. So now finally they do eat from this tree. They've made the ultimate mistake of eating from the tree. And they fell into that trap. The issue I'm going to share with you now is you and I, every day there's a tree. Every day. And every day there's constant waswasa to somehow get closer to that tree, one way or the other. We, the children of Adam, live the story of Adam every day. Every day. You and I, everybody. And many times we are able to stay away from the tree, and sometimes we end up eating from the tree. Hey everyone, that was a small glimpse from Story Night. I want you to catch the entire Story Night, and there's a bunch more Story Nights out there on BayyinaTV.com. Go sign up for BayyinaTV.com, go under Quran courses, and you'll find Story Nights, a number of them that you can enjoy with your family.